chillin', serial killing, pre-core villains on the mic, got you reeling. 5-star rated from the floor to the ceiling. If you catch a 1-star, no time for feelings. Got a demon DJ on the ones and twos, by the name Beelzebub, so don't get confused. So grab a seat by the fire, roast them all over two, and prepare to hear the legend of the Straight Chillin' Crew.
What up, nerds, and welcome to another Trans-Siberian episode of Straight Chilling, the weekly horror movie review show, where you chill and we kill, slice, dice, and chop up yet another horror movie. My name is Bob. I'll be your host for the evening. This is episode 547, recorded on Monday, September 29th, 2025. Tonight, we're talking about another You Pick the Flick. This one was chosen by ya boy Miles. The movie is Horror Express from 1972. Before we get into it, let me introduce everyone else on the show tonight. First up, calling in from Washington, D.C., we got your boy, Rand Diesel. What's up, man?
Oh, she's a fancy flapjack.
What's going on, baby? You ready to talk about some British colonialist hijinks that are going to happen here?
It sounds like the trains are on time tonight, as well as your bumps. That's incredible.
I know. It's incredible, isn't it? It's just we're breaking new ground by doing things in a timely fashion. It's a whole new world for us here.
Whole new world. Speaking of whole new worlds, last but not least, calling in from Seoul, South Korea, we got your boy, Soju. What's up, man?
Oh, what up? It's your boy Choo Choo Soju. Here to run the trains, boys.
All of the trains. I run them all.
I'm here to run them for you on time, of course.
Run them all.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm right on schedule.
I'm right on schedule, boys. I'm always on time. Timely Soju.
You make real good time. Speedy juice, they call him.
Speedy Gon Soju, I think, is another name they call me.
That's what they say in the streets when they see me walking.
You know, when you got so many trains to run, you gotta be timely. You gotta manage your time well, you know?
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Proud of you. Proud of you guys.
Well done.
Speaking of managing our time well, let's get on with it, shall we? We got a shitload of housekeeping to tackle, so let's get into that. This episode is going to be dropping on October 1st, so at the time of you listening to this, that means we will have a poll closing and a brand new poll opening. So, at the time of us recording the show, the October poll, it looks like the Monster Mash theme is going to win it.
Oh, shit.
Unless there's some crazy fuckery.
Yeah. There's still
that happened on Tuesday, which we don't know.
Like a little over 24 hours for people to vote or change their votes. So it could change potentially, but
all those mail-in ballots are still coming in, people.
Oh,
Let's
Lord.
not count our chickens before they hatch here.
I'm over here counting them up right now. Monster Mash sitting at 50% of the vote currently. Nightmares at 38%. Pay the Price at 13%. So that means most likely Justin has won yet again, which is insane.
Yeah,
Little insane. Yeah.
That's a deeply unlikely situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Like statistically
the
unlikely.
Are
So last year was the Ghost one, Ghastly Ghouls. I did one that ended up being the Tim Burton poll, right? With Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
And
Such
and
memorable
the
titles too
Exorcism
that really carried you
trilogy.
through.
oh yeah, and the Exorcism that we did. Yeah.
Now this. So you've won all 4 years that
Wow.
we've done this.
All right.
Do you want to let the people know what your theme is all about? Monster Mash?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so these are some classics that we've just never got to. I mean, classic monster films. We're talking Frankenstein, 1931. Talking Invisible Mang, 1933. And The Wolf Mang from 1941. So, you know, I mean, It's about, I mean, it's been this our 12th year. We've never done any of these classic monster flicks. I mean, Nosferatu, I guess, is the closest thing.
We've done some old shit, but none of the Universal monsters.
Universal.
We really have dodged that completely, which is wild because we've done like Young Frankenstein. We've done parodies, and obviously, like everything is influenced.
And
by
then we
movies,
did that the Hammer one, the Curse of Frankenstein.
Yeah,
so,
that's
right.
That was another Miles pick right there.
Another Miles pick. So, but no Universal monster flick. So it's about time. So this is a good one to knock 3 out, 3 big classics at the same time.
Nice.
Can't wait.
Nice. So that means our November poll is currently posted over on our Patreon website. If you guys support us at the $5 level or above, you get the chance to vote on our November poll. The theme for November is cornfields. So we got 3 movies with 3 beautiful cornfields in them. Those movies are...
the best cornfields.
The best. We got Children of the Corn. We got Jeepers Creepers. And we got Freddy vs. Jason.
Whoa, I'm excited to see how those numbers are looking next week, Bob.
Yeah, they don't exist now, so...
They don't. What do you boys think? Put your bets in now. What's going straight to the top?
I can never
put my bets in. I don't put bets in anymore.
Yeah, we clearly don't know what people want.
I'm gonna take a swing.
The takeaway I have from year 4 of failing at the fucking Halloween triptych is that I don't know what the people want.
Maybe Jeepers Creepers. Maybe.
I don't know. They're all pretty well regarded movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fit nicely into the horror genre too. So like, we're speaking right to our people here. So who knows?
There's
no Lucy's here, boys.
No, only tidies. Only tidies.
Oh God!
Get those votes in. Get those votes.
Sure.
Get your votes in. We'll see what movie we're talking about this November.
I want to make a tidy whities joke, but that's just going to go in a whole new direction we don't want to go to.
Tidy brownies.
Don't want to go there.
If we want to go there,
we're dropping mini casts every single Friday throughout the month of October. We just dropped one where your boy Soju and his over on a sister podcast did an album review actually of a record called Dead Man's Bones.
Yeah, classic spooky time horror. I would actually, we were talking about it in that review. I would love to have that vinyl. This is one that would be good to have on vinyl. But yeah, this is classic spooky season soundtrack, boys. You cracked this one out so far this year?
I haven't.
Dead Man's Bones?
No. I have not. No. I mean, I've been kind of doing this, these like little themed playlists or whatever, like we've been doing on the Slack. So listening's just been with various groups doing like the music league stuff. So I've not really been in command of my own ship this year yet.
Well, it's a good spooky time listen. So go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, definitely check that out over on our Patreon. Also, for the next 4 Fridays straight, you're getting a review of an episode of Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors. We're talking episodes 19 through 22.
Yeah, and we continue to do that with our boy Warren.
Yeah.
So this is our 6th year covering Simpsons, which is nuts.
Yeah, we're going to get to them all eventually in another 5 or 6 years.
We'll be doing it well into our 80s, I think.
Yeah. I want to call it's not, I always want to say Bart of Darkness, but that's just his handle.
Yeah,
right?
Simpsons is greater than.
It's greater than, that's right. That always trips me up.
Yeah. So check out Warren. He's got a really great Simpsons podcast. Simpsons is greater than. Find it anywhere. And also he's got a really impressive collection of Simpsons memorabilia. And you can see that at his Instagram handle, which is Bart of Darkness. So
Bob, when are you going to make an Instagram handle for your blues?
It's basically Let's Get Physical Media.
I see.
Really.
All right.
So yeah, show Warren some love and tell him we sent you. That's all we got as far as minicast and poll stuff. So now let's hear a little special advertisement about our upcoming 5th annual Chilloween party.
Oh, hi there. It's me,
Sexy Dracula! Once again, the straight chilling crew made me an offer that I just could refuse. But I did not want to deprive you of me, Sexy Dracula! So I'm here to tell you about the Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be a surprise film screening with commentary and drinking game, a costume contest, and horror trivia hosted by everyone's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin from Plug It Up Podcast. All you have to do is sign up on the Straight Chilling Patreon at any level, and you're invited to the sexiest graveyard smash of your life. Be sexy this Halloween season and come chill at Straight Chilling's 5th annual Chilloween party on Friday, October 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dost thou want to live chilliciously? Sexy Dracula out!
Wow.
I always forget what time zone we're working in there.
I know, what
I'm glad
time zone
he
is...
reiterates
It's the
so many
angriest time
times.
zone. Also, not mentioned by Sexy Dracula because he likes to keep it en natural, but there are T-shirts available for this Chilloween event.
Yeah.
Would you say
limited
they're
time only?
Limited
of course.
time? Okay.
Just for the limited amount of time that they're available. They are available.
Okay. There's a certain amount of time, but that's
In fact,
got a limit on it. There it is. Ooh, looks slick, my guy.
Nice. Behind the scenes on
that
YouTube.
looks limited.
Whoa, that's so limited, bro.
Yeah, we have a link to our TeePublic store on our website, straightchilling.com. And yeah, it'll take you there. We got a couple new t-shirt designs up. You can get the images on coffee cups or a million different things off TeePublic. So check it out. Randy did a great job.
For a limited time, though.
For a limited time.
Once they're
Very
gone,
limited.
they're gone.
It's the...
They're
Can't
not being
print more.
reproduced. They can't. We're destroying the files, you know?
damn.
Much like
We're burning
throwing them
them.
in with the Epsteins. We're just throwing them all in the fire.
God.
crushing
Don't do
Randy's laptop. We're going to steamroll that bitch.
Sure.
So yeah, check it out.
Sure.
In other news, we're going to be doing a Joe Bob watch party this Friday, October 3rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Whoa, that sounds not angry enough.
I'm sorry. I'll try and work myself
I'm not
up.
interested. Work yourself up. Well, not like that, Bob. Please
I'm
put that
getting
away.
worked up over here.
No,
Getting so worked up.
Rob.
Get your hand off my penis!
I just love time zones. Yeah, Joe Bob, he's doing his double feature. Apparently they're doing 3 double features throughout the month of October, but the first one is this Friday, October 3rd
Is
at 9.
he straight chilling? God damn.
I know, what the fuck are they doing?
So he gets paid.
If you do, yeah. If you do want to hang out with us, I'll post a link to Zoom just before showtime on all of our social medias. Just hit that and come hang out with us and watch whatever craziness Joe Bob has going on. And last thing I have here is at the time of you listening to this episode, we will have just dropped a brand new episode of Let's Get Physical Media, everywhere you get your podcasts. And it's a new Halloween time commentary. We decided to finally do a commentary on the greatest Halloween movie that has ever been created, Halloween Ends.
Whoa.
Oh, man. You had me going in the first half. You really did. Like, oh shit, what's Rob gonna make a really bold statement about, I'm assuming, the Halloween franchise?
That is a bold statement.
And you were.
Oh my
Just
God.
not the way I thought.
Yeah.
Just haven't revisited that one, boys. I just, maybe this year's the year I need to come back to it. And
Maybe
visit
you'll
my,
like to take-
my
maybe you'll
old
get
friend
it.
Corey.
Maybe you'll get it this time.
I really feel like
hope
I should
so.
honor the spirit of the title and just say it ended. It's over. I can't watch it again. It's going right into the bin with the t-shirt graphic at the end of the limited time.
Oh, whenever that happens to be over.
Oh, it's happening.
Bob, you have that blue though, right?
I do have that fucking 4K.
Yeah, that's right.
Where did Bob go wrong? Were he and his friends sifting way too long through those Blu-ray bins? And it gets worse, he'll have no jet ski, wasting all his dough on those DVDs.
Bob, all I see when I look behind you now is like 8 jet skis. So, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fleet.
Whole fleet, yeah.
Them jet ski boys.
I'm just cruising on
We're
water.
missing them.
So that is.
I saw someone poorly jet skiing while I was crossing the river yesterday, like taking huge leaps. And I was like, this person is gonna go flying. I didn't get to glance long enough to watch that happen, but they were going.
Whoa.
So blessing in disguise. We need people with capabilities on the water, Bob. You know,
that's not
your
me.
way around the blue.
That's all I have. Do you guys have anything you need to plug?
I can plug just one thing. I need to write an article in Korean. So we have a brand new article up on our website in English and Korean. It's covering the new Park Chan-wook movie, No Other Choice, which will be, I just looked it up, premiering in the United States in October. So there you go.
Cool.
It's called No Other Choice.
Nice. All right.
Sweet.
That's all my housekeeping. Nay.
All right. I'm pretty clean too.
Killing it,
Rob,
Randy.
good?
Yeah, I'm clean.
No.
His house is clean.
All right, let's get into the main event. We are talking about Horror Express, and we're kicking it off with the back of the box.
안녕하세요.
What's on the back of the box?
What is on the back of the box? What?
Bob, you got this box, right?
I do. Yeah, I have this box right here. Arrow Video put this out a few years ago, so you can pick it up on Blu-ray. And it was hanging around on Shudder for a while. It might still be there. You can rent it. It's pretty easy to track down. So if you are,
Did you buy it for this episode?
No, I bought it a few years ago.
No.
Yeah, this is one that I had actually seen before. I feel like almost every movie Miles picks for us, none of us have any fucking clue about. But I actually have seen this one before, which I was kind of surprised. So, Horror Express from 1972. This is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes. This was directed by Eugenio Martin. It stars Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Alberto de Mendoza, some other lovely folks. Plot synopsis brought to you by IMDb is as follows. While on the Trans-Siberian Express, an anthropologist and his rival must contain the threat posed by the former's cargo, a prehistoric... Well, I'm not going to say that. It's such a spoiler. They spoil the fuck out of the plot in this. Yeah, that's enough. There's a dangerous thing on the train. Gentlemangs, have we seen this movie before, and would you recommend folks at home check it out? Rand Diesel, why don't you kick us off?
Well, as you said, I did not break the cycle myself. I did not see this film, and I was not aware of it until Miles recommended it. I will say that I think this is recommendable, but it's kind of under certain circumstances. This is not a general crowd pleaser, I don't think, for modern audiences. But I do think there's a pretty sizable group of people that would like to watch something this sort of 70s chintzy, Hammer era sort of gothic tale. I think there's an audience for it. I'm not sure I've pinpointed exactly who that audience is, but I think I fall into it. So I think I would recommend it on a very nebulous basis like that. That's kind of a loose recommend, you might say.
This one is for the Randys in the room.
I'm loose.
And we're sued. Juice, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of echo that. It's got a fun, especially around this season, it's got this kind of fun retro vibe. You know what it was kind of reminding me of? It got me jonesing to watch a little bit of Johnny Quest.
Oh, yeah.
It is random.
Yeah.
I guess I can see that.
Where it's like old school and it's like there's this kind of monster thing going on, but it's not like your classic horror monster. So it's like a little bit spooky, a little bit of adventure kind of feel going on. I don't think this is like a huge like crowd pleaser or anything like that, but I think it's a pretty fun, interesting watch. And you've got Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing. So, I mean, there's, those are big names to draw you in as well. So loose recommend. Bob, you had never seen this before, right? You think you're going to buy this blue? What do you think?
Yeah, you got to get your hands on a physical copy, my guy. You got a reputation.
I'm just going to fuck off. You guys let me know when you're done with the episode, okay?
Okay, let's do the spoiler warning now.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we are loose. Yeah, I do recommend this one, actually. I like I said, I'd seen this once before, and I dig it. I think if you are into this is not a Hammer horror movie, but if you're into the Hammer horror stuff, this fits kind of perfectly in there with that. This feels like the best Hammer horror movie I've ever seen, but it's just not a Hammer movie. So, I'm a fan of this, honestly. I would just generally recommend it unless you're just really not into the Hammer vibe. So yeah, that's my only real caveat.
And that's it's tough to say because most people are not even aware what that is.
Horror
even verbally
nerds should know. But yeah, if you're just like talking to any random person, you're like, do you like Hammer films? They'd be like, what the fuck?
You're a Hammerhead, right?
What are you talking about?
Like Home Improvement or what do you mean? Yeah, we're not allowed to play those bumps anymore.
And we're sued.
YouTube said nah.
So that's,
I don't know.
A loose recommend across the board, I guess, per usual.
Yeah.
Per usual.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're some loose boys.
We're just so loose. There's a bunch of loosies in here.
Not tidies.
Not tidies.
We are not tidies.
We're loosies. We're going to be spoiling the shit out of
Love Lucy's
Horror Express. Here comes your warning.
Spoiler warning.
All right, Bob, you got that plot synopsis?
I got that plot synopsis. Here we
Hit
go.
me with that.
It plopped right out of the loose.
It plopped out of the synopsis. In the year,
Go ahead, take a power nap real quick.
it better be powerful. In the year 1906, we see Professor Sir Alexander Saxton, a British anthropologist. He's returning to Europe by the Trans-Siberian Express from Shanghai to Moscow. With him is a crate containing the frozen remains of a primitive humanoid that he discovered in a cave in Manchuria, which he hopes is a missing link in the human evolution. Dr. Wells, Saxton's friendly rival and colleague, he's also waiting to get on board the train. Also waiting, we see a Polish Count Marian Petrovsky and his wife Countess Irina, with the couple as their spiritual advisor. He's a monk named Father Pujardov, who proclaims to Saxton that the contents of the crate are evil. Additional passengers include Inspector Mirov and a squad of his soldiers. Saxton's eagerness to keep his scientific findings secret arouses the suspicion of Wells, who bribes a porter to investigate the crate. The porter ends up getting killed by the defrosted humanoid within, who does escape the crate after picking the lock, and then he kills several other passengers. Wells performs an autopsy and deduces that the creature absorbs the skills and memories of its victims. When the humanoid is gunned down by Mirov, the threat seems to have been eliminated. Saxton and Wells discover that the real threat is actually a formless extraterrestrial that was inside the body of the humanoid. Unknown to them, the creature has transferred itself to Mirov. The extraterrestrial has been stranded on Earth for millions of years. It kills passengers with specific knowledge that might help it build a new spaceship. Eventually, Captain Kazan stabs and shoots Mirov. With Mirov dying, Pujardov, believing the creature to be Satan and having pledged allegiance to it, allows it to possess him. The passengers flee to the brake van while the alien murders Kazan, his men, and the Count. Saxton, having discovered the creature cannot use his powers while it's exposed to the light, blinds it. The alien bargains with Saxton, trying to tempt him with advanced knowledge of technology and cures for disease, etc. When Saxton refuses, it resurrects all of its victims as zombies, and they all attack Saxton. He and the Countess fight their way through the train until they reach the caboose where the other survivors have taken refuge. Saxton and Wells uncouple the caboose from the rest of the train containing the alien. Kazan's superiors have already sent a telegram over to dispatch station ahead, instructing them to destroy the train by sending it down a siding overlooking a gorge. And the survivors watch as the train crashes and goes up in flames. Roll them credits, boys. Roll them credits.
All right. Man, a lot fucking happens in this movie because I kind of feel like this is one of those movies that, and I could be wrong, but to me it feels like there's just nothing underneath the surface of this thing. It is just plot. Here's some more plot. You are being told what's happening. Sometimes you're being shown what's happening. That happens too. But things are always in motion, and very little of it has an underlying message or theme. Except for maybe, evolution bad, maybe, is one. But,
dude, that is hilarious when they bring up the theory of evolution directly, and they're like, it's a sin.
It's immoral.
It's immoral.
Well, I mean, they very much paint Christopher Lee's character, Dr. Saxton, as like the man of science who is, to a fault, who's also quite rude and brash and brazen and pompous, and he's just like... He's not hearing anything supernatural until it happened. He's like, well, clearly the thing got up and walked away. Like, he's just immediately bought it. And he's like, that's the scientific method at work, I guess.
But to be fair, on the flip side, the guy who's hyper religious is the villain and a coward and a piece of shit.
Totally. Yeah, that's
so.
True. But
at least they keep it
though. He's a Satan worshiper. Not really, though, because if he was a real man of God,
he only becomes he's not. But I actually like that.
He's dying to sell his soul. I
actually thought that was
worship anything, basically. Like, he's just
I thought that was actually quite representative of how a lot of religious people are. It's literally about the power, right? He's worshiping God because he thinks that's where power and favor comes from. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, when he thinks that there's the devil in front of him, then he's willing to worship the devil. So,
the devil's a motherfucking liar.
You know what it reminded me of that scene in The Mummy where the guy just is praying to all the gods until he finds one, and then he just helps the mummy out or whatever. That's what it kind of made me think of.
Yeah. That was an interesting scene when he's like, he invites what he thinks is the devil inside of him, and like the whole movie he's preaching about how the contents of the crate is evil, and like the devil is afoot, and and he just turns on a dime as soon as he thinks he can gain an ounce of power from the situation.
Simply evil.
There's some interesting characters on this train, including him, Pajardov, or how you say his name.
Some real like distinctive characters, like it's like, with the exception of which this is another maybe particular critique perhaps, but like there's a couple of female characters in this who ultimately you do figure out who they are and what they're going for or whatever, but I had a hard time keeping track of them. There was just two of them. I should not have that hard of a time telling who's who, but I did. Otherwise though, I think that most of these characters, both visually and attitude and point of view or whatever, are really well defined in their own unique categories for the most part, with our two professors kind of being the most similar out of the bunch. You know what I mean? They're kind of a duo that works together, even though they're a begrudging duo.
Yeah, but I like the crazy guy who comes in at the end. That was such a twist. It was a little jarring.
Kojak shows up.
I had to be like, what the fuck is going on? But then also too, the kind of police detective or whatever who's on the train, he's quite interesting, and the kind of night watchman. And there's also that dude who's playing chess. I don't think he's really well developed that much.
No, I would say you're right about that.
But yeah,
he's more red shirty.
Yeah, he's red shirty. But yeah, I did the general vibe of everyone.
I can't believe I forgot about her, because the assistant to Peter Cushing, the lab assistant, she was really awesome. Yeah. And then she ends up kind of being a red shirt also. A lot of our characters just are fodder. There's just a ton of that happening in this movie.
Yeah, that's true. Which you need that in a movie like this. This does very much feel like The Thing on a train. You know, it's got that same kind of vibe where like you're trapped and can't go anywhere. You're not really sure who you can trust. It's even got like the snowy terrain all around the train and everything. And this alien is kind of jumping from
they did the eye test. Yeah.
They do an eye test instead of a blood test.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Now, I will say I had that same exact thought, and that is where it started to bring up a kind of negative for me, is because one of the great aspects of The Thing, and not just The Thing, because I was thinking of like those is it the Poirot movie where there's a mystery on a train, where I was like, they completely remove the aspect of the mystery for the viewer. So the characters are going through the aspect of who is it? But unfortunately, as the viewer, we don't get that kind of fun aspect that you get in the train murder mysteries or the Thing, where you're like, who is it? Yeah, who's trying, who's jumping? We know. And so that definitely takes some of the fun out of it.
That does. I do. I mean, there are movies that I can't think of any off the top of my head, so I'm going to do a bad job of relaying this. But there are movies that do that capably, where like it's about watching that person evade suspicion and then cast aspersions on others. I don't think that's done particularly well here.
I don't think that's ever been done, Randy, unless you can tell me a movie where you can think. I mean, if you can't prove it,
I can't prove it. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
Never
That's an
seen one
interesting
in my
tack to
life.
bring forward in this movie. I forgot what I was saying also. So, we're doing great.
You were saying that where they try to evade, where people try to evade.
Yeah, it's about the evading suspicion or whatever. What was that movie with Kyle MacLachlan where he was an alien, body jumping alien? The Hidden. Yeah. There was a little bit of that happening there. And I kind of like that. I think there's ways to do it well. I don't think that I think that the rules of how this thing operates and the ultimate strange tonal dissonance of what it ultimately is versus what we're kind of geared sociologically and then through these characters to believe it could be. There's a lot in the way of sort of understanding what this creature's motivation is, where it's going, why it's in this person, what that person's aim is, and how, the nuts and bolts. This is classic. Plot gets in the way of the story, as Joe Bob always says. I think you could certainly argue that. I kind of don't mind that much though, because it's such a unique creature, such a unique it's a pretty unique idea that you just don't see as often. When the fucking zombies start getting up and walking around, I popped big. I was like, oh shit, this is I'm popping over here.
Well, I just it's a fun, simple effect, and it's I don't know. I guess again, going back to the idea of Johnny Quest, with these kind of monster, how can you make things look like monsters where they're kind of different? I love the white eyes and the kind of bleeding from the eyes that they do. I thought that was a really fun, cool effect, and how when they turn off the lights, his eyes bulge out and they're red. It's just fun, kind of old school silliness,
in the best way.
I love
it. It really is.
I love all the effects in this. Most of them look pretty good, but even the ones that don't, they have a charm to them. I love those glowing red eyes. I love the white eyes that are bleeding. Even when they do, I thought this was a really cool idea. They do the autopsy and you see the brain is all smooth because it's all the information.
Dude, it sucks the bridges out of their brain.
So ridiculous. The concept.
That
even
concept
the photos and the eyes, it's just so silly.
It's straight out of Wild Wild West with Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh my, you're right. With but it's oh my god.
Yes, that is what science is.
They got to turn the head upside down though to see.
Yeah,
that's the key. That's what nobody gets.
It's so I love that they spin it from that perspective though of. It's supposed to be science, but it's one of those things you'd watch as a kid and later have to realize that no, that's not how shit works.
None of that is true.
You have to unlearn what the movie.
Damn you, Christopher Lee! Damn you!
But it's fun. it's like fun lore, I guess. It's just seeing the little pictures in the blood and like, oh my God, this is the Earth. Like that's how they're finding out about the creatures.
It's a viewfinder of a brontosaurus. Like what the fuck?
I love that shit, dude. It's so
it's a goddamn dinosaur. Where are we going with this?
And it looks like the most fucking
I don't know. How do they see the different images?
Shit. It's like, not even from like some realistic angle. It's so textbook. It's so funny.
Yeah, this guy was reading a textbook before he died. That's what they're actually saying. Like, wow, he sees Earth.
Oh my God,
my blood is.
I like the idea that, like, also to the different interpretations too. I love that the guy suddenly is like, "That's the devil." He was looking down on Earth. Mm-hmm. And then the other guy is like, well, that's complete horseshit. But at the same time, it's like, you don't know. You're talking about aliens. It could be the devil, you know? I mean, it ultimately is. But I guess the thing, too, about, I think what you try to pick this apart, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And I don't think it's concerned to. But so the thing is residing in a corpse, in a thing that's been frozen for a long time. But I mean, it's been living there. So like when it flies off at the end in the train, I think it's gonna be okay.
I mean, who can say? I don't know. The thing
and
is,
he even said like I lived in crustaceans and like fish and shit like that. Yeah. It's like, dude, you've seen some shit. I think you're gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's probably gonna survive. Like, I mean, if he was around with the dinosaurs, like. He survived that somehow, so like he's, you know,
true. But like it's jumping from like I don't know if he's in the middle of a I don't know. It could go either way. And the thing is, like it's not a modern Marvel movie, so we don't have to worry about whether there's sequelability here. So like I'm not too concerned with whether or not he'll survive. It just seems like they just wrap the story up and we're moving the fuck on to the second feature.
Yeah,
you know? Like they're not worried with it.
Yeah, but also too from that aspect, I love how everybody has like the different motivations too, because even, you know, based on how you see the creature, I liked how, you know, the religious guy is like, yeah, take over my body. You can possess me. But from the scientist standpoint, he's tempting him by being like, I can give you the history of your world, which is like, yeah, buddy, kind of tell me the shit that you've seen. Yeah, that's a lot of shit.
It's a good gambit.
Yeah,
it's a real good game. The thing is, like, I love that he like was frozen as like a prehistoric creature, a prehistoric ape man, Sasquatch type thing. So like the minute he sucks the brain out of that lockpick, he gets like a huge system upgrade, and he's like got language. He can pick locks now. He's fucking Rogue from the X-Men, just like sapping people's fucking brain and energy, and just like. I think that's so interesting, and it makes him like actually kind of imposing because it's like this creature all of a sudden knows at least how to like get by in a society. You know what I mean? And it is in a modern society. And then everybody he's like keying in on all these people that know things that he needs to know. He keys in on the lab assistant. He keys in. He tries to key in on
the guy who works on the train.
The guy who works on the train.
He knows all the secrets about the train.
The chief of police, and then like he goes ape shit and just like. Decimates an entire fucking battalion of dudes in the dark. I thought that was a little much. I was like, this all of a sudden it's like he's shooting a gun at them, and like there's no like
yeah, because when he was standing off with the officer, it takes forever, and he doesn't even fully do it or whatever. And that was the ridiculous thing too. So he possesses the prehistoric man that's the man who's hairy. Why does when he take over the police officer's man, his arm starts to transform into a prehistoric man?
See, you're misunderstanding. That's from him masturbating, and God saw, and he punished him.
I see.
That's why he's so hairy.
Yes.
That's the secret.
There was some really interesting music in this too, I thought. It's got this kind of like whistled refrain that kind of bookends the movie, and it happens throughout as well. And there's this, it's like really, really catchy and haunting. And there's this one moment where the Countess even like plays it on the piano, and then they hear somebody in the train car whistling it. But then they realize, because it's mostly score, but in that one moment, like the characters actually hear it happening, and they're like, "Oh, wow, somebody's whistling along with me." I thought that was an interesting choice. How like the score temporarily bleeds
that was really
over.
Sick. I mean, I really liked how that worked because, like, especially in retrospect, because at the time it's like a little confusing. In fairness, like when I was watching, I was like, why is this like? Because it was pretty clearly implied to me even then that it was like, that's the creature. The creature is whistling now. What the fuck? But once we figure out that he's like sapping people's knowledge and their personalities and everything about them, then that starts to come into focus a little bit. And I really like that. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like having your cake and eating it too, having a bit of a ghost in your monster story, you know?
Yeah.
I
thought that was a really cool effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they can hear all through the train. It makes that haunting and ominous. But yeah, I like that.
And it is a really haunting tune. I really like, just on a base level, as far as like those haunting movie musical moments. I like it a lot. And they don't overdo it either, which I appreciate.
Don't. Yeah, they use it sparingly for sure, which is nice. There's some of the other characters in here. There's this one moment. There's like a slightly older woman in this movie. Miss Jones is her name, and Wells is like having dinner with the Countess, I think it is, and he like goes over and asks Miss Jones to help him with something. It's with the autopsy. She's gonna help him with the autopsy, and she like clearly thinks he's asking her to like fluff him for his date with his hot young broad, because he's like, I need your assistance with something, and she's like, at your age, I'm not surprised. It's like, God,
I thought she was fucking with him. I like that character because to me, she was actually like at first when they introduce her, he's like, oh, she's one of the best lab assistants I've ever had. She's like, yeah, he means for a woman. And I wasn't sure if like it was, oh, here's the old battle axe who's going to tell you about how hard it is to be a woman from the point of view of the clear men that are writing this story in the 70s. But she's ultimately just kind of like a pithy one-liner machine with some of that shit. Like, I think I chalked it up to that, where she's just like giving him shit. Like, she's his intellectual equal, at least, probably, is how I took that. And she's just like tired of playing second fiddle. She's kind of like the put upon workhorse of the duo.
Yeah, that's a good read on it. I thought it was like hilarious. I just was like taken aback. I didn't see that coming, and I was like, damn, girl, getting his ass.
Call his ass out, because he was laying it on thick with this woman too.
Yeah.
In a very, very, very British way.
I
love this. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna run through another character that like we didn't really get to know much about. I think her name was Natalie, something like that.
Natasha.
Natasha. Yeah, that might be it. She's like
the
a
thief?
spy. Yeah,
The spy.
Which we find out after she's like killed that she's a spy. But I was like, damn, like that could have been an interesting character to like spend more time with and like develop a little more.
They only did that so that they can give the creature the knowledge of how to evade suspicion.
Be a spy. Yeah, like, that's a good point. Yeah.
I think that's why she was written in. Otherwise, she doesn't really serve a function besides to just like complicate things for the two leads.
Men, yeah. But that's the thing, though, that's a little kind of silly, but also kind of cool. I was going to say, I like the setting of it. We don't get, especially in the States for sure, but, trains are such a cool setting, especially if you spend any time traveling in one. They're still around, but just like the old school setting of them and like the dining cars and stuff, it's just really cool and a good way to capture a retro vibe. But it is a little silly. This thing's not that big, and everybody is literally evading everyone all the time. Like, she's a stowaway, and it's like, there's only so many people on this train. And then later, when the guy steals the eye, he's just like hiding behind some boxes, and they've got like the police looking for him. It's like there's only so many places you can go on a train.
Yeah, somebody's never seen Snowpiercer.
There's a lot of cops on that train too. Like quite a
few. Well, I don't know. Like, I really like some of that stuff though, because it's just it is so cheap. Like,
he's just behind a box,
just hiding behind a box. It's like the dumbest possible fucking Orient Express retelling. I kind of love that.
Yeah,
it's very silly, but also like in fairness, like if I was to really try to come up with a reason why this woman can get on board and stow away and all these things, like there is a lot of like bribery and corruption on the table for this sort of thing.
That's true.
Not hiding behind doxes. It doesn't explain that. Nobody's getting greased on that, but still, there's a little bit of grace maybe for that.
But yeah, did anybody else find it jarring that kind of Russian, the guy from Serbia showing up at the end? I had to kind of be like, what is happening all of a sudden? I know they show him get like the telegram thing or whatever, and him waking up in the bed, but it just, maybe he was such a strong personality and it switched things up all of a sudden that I had to take a second to really assess like what the fuck was going on all of a sudden.
It was weird. Specifically because like the train stops only long enough for him and his men to get on, and then it keeps rolling. And I was like, if they thought something was wrong, wouldn't they just like hold the train and investigate it without it moving?
That's true.
I thought
because how the fuck are they going to get back to their station?
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. I mean, I think I was like, I had the same thought where it was like, it's strange that they're like introducing this character now. It makes a kind of sense because, I mean, he's just not like involved with the story. So like writing him in they have to like build it in somehow. And there's not maybe the most organic way of doing that. But this movie's not that concerned with what's organic in terms of the storytelling. No. I don't think so. I don't know if I buy that either. What I will say is that this is Telly Savalas or Savalas. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but who played Kojak. And he started playing Kojak for like 15 years or some shit, like the year after this movie came out. And it's not hard to see how he can carry a show, in my opinion. Like I was kind of bowled over by his appearance because it just seemed kind of sudden, and he's such a big character that made it almost worse in that way, but it was so fun to watch. He's saying complete fucking gibberish nonsense. Did you guys notice that? Like his little like thing, he's like, oh, I can see that horses have 4 legs, a thief has 2 arms. And like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This makes no goddamn sense. But he's saying it so fucking like with so much verve, it's fun to watch.
So much gusto. That's how you gotta talk to the ladies, you know. You just gotta get in there and just start saying
just say nothing but say it convincingly.
I don't endorse that method. For the record.
For all you young bucks out there, that's how you gotta do it, you know.
For all you kids listening to our old asses,
I said God young
strike
bucks.
Me down were it to be otherwise.
Bob literally said children. So
I said kids, not children.
Well, okay.
Literally said baby infants.
Oh, no.
Just got to get out there and start saying some shit. Tell him Uncle Soju sent me. Sent someone.
I've always been a creeper.
Juice, are you going to start teaching classes online for how to date?
Start.
Unfortunately, that ends with Justin ruining a lot of marriages and
I don't want any competition, Bob, you know. I want to be giving away all those
Juice is the therapist that gets the girl at the end every time.
You're no Will Smith.
You should really leave your husband. He's the son of a bitch.
Sure.
I got a great cabin. It would be great for your head to get away from your husband. I'll bring some s'mores. It'll be great.
You know what you need?
Some Luther Vandross CDs. It's going to be fabulous.
Some wine, some smooth jazz, you know, some dim lighting.
Smooth
jazz.
Jazz.
And get jiggy with it.
And get jiggy with it. That's what you need.
That's what you need. Class is in session.
You know, you're really learning
Listen
a lot
up, young
from
bucks.
Here's how to emotionally manipulate women. We're about to make a lot of money, by the way. If this is the new path of the podcast,
all of a sudden, we're getting this Horror Express just got a lot of.
Oh my God, 5,000 new subscribers on Patreon. Holy shit.
God damn. So you got to get the smooth jazz.
Jazz.
Oh God.
Horror Express. What a terrible title, though. I love it, but it's a terrible title.
Yeah, it's not
very
good.
chintzy, but it fits right in with that. After this got done playing, I started working on something on my computer, and it Tubi auto played another Christopher Lee movie called Dr. Terror on the Horror Train or some shit like that. I'm like, man, they just were not trying with these fucking titles.
That's kind of the crazy thing about this movie, though, too. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to gauge, and maybe I just don't know well, but if I just had to guess when this movie came out, I would have said a lot earlier than 1972. I don't know, something about it feels older than that for some reason because of some of that kind of chintziness.
Well, it's like it is a period piece, and it's a period piece in the tradition of like the stage, where like things are very like costumey, if you know what I mean. Like it's not played very gritty and down to earth. It's not fucking the Les Miserables adaptation or some shit. Like it's everybody's in their nicest outfits. It's like crushed velvet or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't know what these fucking fabrics are, but like everything looks like stage production, and I think that adds a little bit to that. What was weird to me, even after we learned like where the origins of this creature and all this stuff, and that it's like the space origins, it's science based. The intro to this fucking movie and the like the credits are like very 70s retro sci-fi, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is about 1900s train mystery. Like, what is? It's just so dissonant with the rest of the movie. I found that whole thing, and like even the very idea that this is ultimately an alien story was like so interesting and strange and dissonant, and I kind of love it, but it's weird. Like I don't know how to like internalize that. Like visually, it was weird to see credits that have like fucking 2001: A Space Odyssey coded typefaces and like weird glowy orbs and shit like that, and then we go into a fucking Orient Express like mystery. It's very weird. And
designer brain was tripped offline there.
It's such a jump. I kind of wish they had saved that treatment for the ending and let the opening be a little bit more just like flavorless, or like not flavorless is the wrong word, but like less style that speaks to one thing or the other. Let it be more agnostic so that we can let the events play out as they do and then get there. It just like, if it wasn't for that, it's like, it's just this movie that goes completely bonkers in my opinion, and it's almost like a tell. I kind of don't like it for that. You know what I mean?
This, speaking of like the vibe, the old school vibe of this movie, this was a Spanish British like co-production, so it filmed in Spain, and similar to how they made movies in Italy back in the day, they don't record sound while they're shooting, so they have to go back in and overdub everything. So it does, I think, kind of add to that weird old vibe that, like, I don't know, whenever I see stuff like that, I feel like you might not notice if somebody doesn't tell you that they had to like overdub everything, but there is some sort of like weird vibe that you pick up on when stuff has been overdubbed typically, even if you don't like really know that you're registering it, you kind of are in some way. When that like makes things feel older too, I think. So yeah, that might be why it feels maybe like it's from the 60s or something. But
interesting. European style.
One more interesting note I'd like to make though is I was curious because I love the way that Lee and Peter Cushing are kind of presented in this film, where like they're the hot bucks essentially. And Christopher Lee was like 50 at the time. Peter Cushing was like 60 years old. So, I mean, in the 70s, the 50 and 60-year-olds are presented as these the male sex pots.
They still got it. They still got it. They're bringing the hammer.
At one point, fucking Peter Cushing's robe was killing me, man. When he's like going to check on that woman in the bathroom and shit, the robe that he's wearing, I was like, I gotta get me one of those. That thing is slick. Banana.
Damn. All right. Any other major points you guys want to make before we wrap this thing up?
Let's talk more about this rope. No, it's good.
Where can I get it?
Crushed velvet. Not velveteen. Yeah, let's...
a gentleman knows the difference.
Let's go and rate this thing out of 5. Rand Diesel, kick us off. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty effusive about it. I like this movie a lot more than I have other Hammer horrors, to somebody's point earlier, that I've seen. Movies in this era are very, very hit or miss in my mind, or like of this kind, especially like the Christopher Lee stuff or whatever. Like, I like that actor. I like Peter Cushing as an actor. I like them as institutions and as like, centerpieces of the horror world or whatever. But I don't always go to those. I don't always come out of those movies feeling like I got my money's worth or that I got my time's worth. This movie was like not terribly long. It didn't feel long. A lot of things happen. It made me like laugh, and it made me like not necessarily gasp, but I was surprised that some of the effects. Actually, the image that I chose for my background here was one of the best fucking shots in this movie, and that I've seen in a while. It's a fucking cool shot from this era where the guy's like pulling the eye apart of the corpse with the lantern right out front. It's a fucking amazing shot. There's some really like good, not necessarily like just charming effects and gore and things like that. I don't know. There's a lot to like here, is I guess what I'm coming down on. I was charmed by this movie quite a bit. It's not one that I think that I'll watch over and over and over again necessarily. Maybe in a couple years I'll give it another spin. But I think it's right for this time of year. I think it's right for this era. I think it's a really good piece of output from that era that suits my interest in general. I don't know. I think it's ultimately not like the best movie ever made or anything like that, but I enjoy it. I'm charmed by it. Its flaws kind of end up enhancing it in my mind for the most part. So I'm going to give it a 3 flat.
3 even from Rand Diesel. Juice, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling honestly the same kind of way. I found this movie really charming. I really enjoyed watching it, even though there was like some down times where, it is what it is. Like Randy said at the beginning, there's nothing really underneath here. So it's really easy to watch. But at the same time, if that's the only thing you're kind of doing, you can also get a little bored with it. But they mix it up just enough to where, it's pretty fun to kind of just experience. And I really do love these effects. They're really charming. They're not convincing necessarily. They just put you in a really special kind of place and time. And I thought they made some really good choices. Love the white eyes, love the bleeding. I love how they saved the zombie aspect till the very end. It was just a really cool turn. Very interesting characters, cool kinds of like costumes, interesting idea for a monster. I love the different aspects between the science and the religion of it, and the kind of push and pull between those characters. And it was just fun. It was just fun. And it was a good watch for now. I feel like with spooky season, you can go so many different directions. You can go like hardcore horror, something that's really scared me, something that's really scary, or also this kind of not goofiness, but the practical effects of it all and stuff like that is fun too. So it was a good watch for spooky season. So I think I'm going to give it a 3 as well. Bob, as a first time watch, how did you feel about this?
I was completely blindsided by this movie. I didn't know anything about it at all.
I know. When you're going to pick up this blue, my guy?
Oh, any day now. Any day.
Rush out to buy it, I'm sure.
I like this movie, maybe a touch more than you guys, but I mean, I think we're all kind of generally on the same page here. This movie reminds me so much of the queue that you go through for the Expedition Everest ride at Disney in Orlando. Like we went on that earlier this year, and like I don't know, just like all the stuff that you walk through. So like it's like if you've not been on that ride, it's basically like you're riding on this train car that gets derailed going up Mount Everest, and the reason it gets derailed is because there's a Yeti on the loose, and like in the queue you see all these pictures of like, you know, Yetis walking around and like their feet, plaster molds made of their foot implants or imprints or whatever, and like damaged camping gear and shit like that. And of course, it's very cold, so there's snow everywhere, and it's just got that vibe. Anyway, it feels like such a classic kind of like disaster movie or something, but then they put this alien twist on it. Yeah.
It's like this, there's a real like strain of like British colonialism point of view in this, where it's, you know, people going on expeditions, scientists or whatever, to other countries, pulling things out and taking them back as scientific finds of the century and all that stuff. And then things go wrong. Like, it's a good setup, but it's a setup that doesn't work outside of that era in the same way. At least, I don't know. I really like it as well, is what I'm trying to get at, but it is a very specific point of view that just kind of doesn't exist anymore in that way.
Yeah. It's got this very classic kind of vibe. And this movie is, like I said earlier, it's like the best Hammer horror movie that's just not a Hammer horror movie. I love the practical effects. I love that you essentially do start the movie with like this Yeti-like creature that defrosts, and those like bright red glowing eyes, and how you just see like, you know, its arms, and all of that shit just works so well for me. All the practical effects are good. The acting across the board, I think, is really quite good. But Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing bring the like star power to this movie to give it a little more weight. You know, if it's just all no-name people, probably fewer eyes would end up finding this. I love the setting, this like super nice old school train. The train car that the Countess and her husband are in has like a fucking piano in it, and like this bed. It's like so ornate and beautiful. It just, you know, it makes me like yearn. Like, damn, I want to be on a train that's that badass. Like, let's make that shit happen. So the setting overall is great. The Thing on a train is just an awesome idea for a movie, and it's got this like really classic kind of vibe to it that I really, really like. There's some random choices made by characters in this movie that don't make a ton of sense, and you know, there's some like logic leaps where like I just don't know that the writers were too concerned about tying up every single loose end here. And this movie's so wild, it doesn't really matter. Like, that doesn't necessarily bother me in a movie like this, or it might bother me in certain other films. I dig this overall. Like, not a ton of complaints. The score is great as well, and it's just a beautifully shot film. I'm going to come in with a 3.5 out of 5 on this. The first time I saw it, I think I was a little higher on it. But it mellowed out a touch for me. I think this is a great watch for the wintertime. Like, if you want to do a double feature with The Thing in this, I think that would be pretty sick. So there you go.
Do that.
That's going to put our aggregate at a 3.2. And let's go ahead and Miles dropped us a voicemail, which is something we encourage you guys to do. If you end up picking a movie for us to review, you can send us an email or a voicemail. And Miles sent us over a voicemail, so let's hear what he has to say about Horror Express.
What's up, fellas? This is Miles here. Thanks for reviewing my pick this week, which is Horror Express. I really like this one. I like to think of it as probably the best Hammer horror film that Hammer didn't actually make. I think a lot of people think this is Hammer, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a Spanish production, but it has a lot of the hallmarks of a Hammer horror. Obviously, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, you're going to think of Hammer. I think out of the movies I've seen with them together, I think this is my favorite pairing. I think out of all the movies with them together, I think this is my favorite combo with them in it. And I'm sure you guys will get into some of the trivia. The only reason, like, I think Peter Cushing did this movie, because I believe his wife died right before the making of this, was Christopher Lee reaching out and just basically being a friend. And that's kind of how they got together in this movie. If I remember that right. I didn't verify that, but I'm sure you guys will get into that. But I really like the backstory. I really like both of those actors. Like, even like in the worst movies they're in, they're usually like the best parts of it. No, I think they're both really good here. I do like sci-fi horror, kind of isolated location. This meets all that. I do like the cheesiness of it. I find the practical effects very charming, even if they're not always the most convincing. And I'm a big fan of The Thing. This is, to my understanding, based on the same novella that The Thing is based on. So with a lot of the body hopping, a lot of the paranoia, a lot of that's here. This movie is actually pretty funny too. I think there's a lot of scenes in this that like make me laugh out loud every time I watch it. So I think the humor in here is pretty good as well. But yeah, I really love this. I don't know if it's great. And it's not because the movie's doing anything wrong necessarily. I think I like everything. I don't really have a lot of complaints about this movie because it doesn't have anything in it that pushes it into like all-time like great status for me. But it is very enjoyable. I rewatch it every couple of years since I've seen it the first time. But yeah, definitely a good wintertime watch as well, with the snow and everything. But yeah, hope you guys like it. Not a Hong Kong movie this time. I do watch other movies. But I was very close to picking The Cat, which is by the same director as The Seventh Curse. That just came out on Blu-ray. That movie's fucking crazy. You guys are lucky it's not on streaming because you definitely would have been reviewing that. But thanks again for my pick. 3.75 for this for me. But yeah, all right, take care.
Man, right in line with Miles on this one, I think.
Yeah, pretty
Miles, good pick this time, my guy.
Yeah. Also, I want to say, like, he did mention the comedic aspects, which we didn't talk about, but there were a couple of moments that did make me laugh pretty good. The one that sticks out in my mind is when I think it was the police commissioner, after he got taken over and they were doing their eye tests or whatever, somebody was like, turns to Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and are like, oh, well, now we have to test you. You know, you guys could be the monsters too. And Peter Cushing goes, monsters? But we're English. And then they just cut to the next scene. I really love that. I just thought that was so fucking funny.
That is pretty good. Yeah, thanks for the pick, Miles. This is a solid one. I'd kind of been wanting to talk about this on the show since the first time I saw it a few years ago, so I'm glad you picked it for us. And we didn't see Justin get absolutely enraged tonight, which is lovely.
He kept the demon bottle today.
This is fucking bullshit. This is not
tired of all of your shit.
This is not even a horror film.
This isn't like Casper or Ghost.
or Pirates of the Caribbean.
We have very strict criteria for covering. I'm not allowed.
Yeah, man. Thanks. We really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and jump over to a Rotten Tomato segment. See what the critics and users have to say about Horror Express.
Certified.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rotten Tomatoes segment in which I'm going to have these two gentlemen guess, within the best of their abilities, what the aggregate positive score is from all the reviewers and all of the users on RottenTomatoes.com. For Horror Express, there are 15 reviews on the Tomatometer, which handles the critics, and 2,500 plus ratings on the Poopometer, which handles the users. So we're starting, as we always do, with the critics. Out of those 15 reviews, I'm going to go with Juice to start today. Out of those 15 reviews, what percentage would you wager are positive?
15. That's a low sample size. So I'm going to say 60.
60. Okay. 60 from Soju. Bob, 15 reviews. What are you thinking?
Ooh, I'll take the over, I guess. Give me this. Give me the 69, please. Nice and smooth.
That's the number of dudes?
69 dudes!
Oh, yeah. Well, whoever gets it wrong is going to have all the ridges taken out of their brain. So this is high stakes.
Out of my brain, huh?
Nice and smooth.
I'm concerned what you might be thinking right now, but it's about to get sucked out of there anyway. Because Rob's going to take this one 80% positive.
Whoa,
80%
okay.
out of those 15. Yeah.
Nice.
Swung positive on it.
Nice.
Well done, Bob. The comedy number did you right. There is no critics' consensus, obviously, with that small of a sample size. So we'll jump right over to the poopometer, where 2,500 plus ratings are playing in here. We're going to go in reverse order. Bob, what percentage of those 2,500 plus ratings would you wager are positive? Can you sweep it?
Are we going to be sweeping Skeet tonight? Always asking that question.
Skeet's back on the menu, boys.
God damn. Yeah, it's a larger sample size. I'm sure it'll be lower. The number will be lower than the critics. So you know what? I'm rolling with 69 again. Let's do it.
69 dudes!
I knew you would, Bob. I knew that you would. All right, Soju.
Damn.
There's no comedy number left for you, unless you want to go with the 86.
But I'm going to go 75, actually.
75. All right, going with the over there. A nice solid C. That'll get you through high school.
Not college.
Yeah, not college. No,
get you through life.
I'm a solid C person.
That and the jazz.
That's what everybody says about me.
You're a solid C guy.
Just big old C.
So the correct answer is a little ways off. I believe if I'm doing the math right, it's 16 percentage points off from one of you, and that percentage is 53%. Bob's walking this one, sweeping the Skeet today.
Whoa. Sweeping Skeet all night.
Bob's a dusty boy.
Gotta sweep it. That Skeet is old and dusty.
Shut it off! I'm dry.
Got that mummy dig.
Big old noise.
No.
So it's embalmed? Is that what?
It's dehydrated like jerky.
That jerky dick.
Got jerky dick on this boy. Flattened and hyper salty.
God damn.
With a slight teriyaki flavor.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Flour there.
I think I got a bad piece of jerky on this one. Congrats to Bob on your sweep. Quite literally, there is one negative review with anything written from the critics, and it says, pretty ghastly overall, some chills. So pretty even-keeled sort of blurb there.
All right.
Yeah, not a lot to say from the audience either, it looks like. So, not that I'm going to sift through anyway. So that's it. Rotten Tomatoes done. Rob, how's that trivia looking?
So
got a couple little points to get into. Let's roll it.
It's totally time for trivia.
All right, yeah, I got like 3 things here I wanted to mention. So Miles alluded to this, but whenever Peter Cushing arrived in Madrid to begin work on the movie, he was still distraught over the recent death of his wife, and he announced to the director that he just couldn't do it. And the director was like super, super desperate. Definitely didn't want to lose like one of the main stars of his movie. So Christopher Lee stepped in and helped put Cushing at ease just by talking to him about some of their previous work together and like reflecting on the good old times. And it was eventually able to change his mind and stay on the picture. So they did have a pretty close relationship. It seems like they were actual friends in real life. So that's kind of nice to see.
I might be misunderstanding. I thought that I was thinking that they wrote Christopher Lee in so he could then join the production, be there with his friend, and that would help him along. Is that not the case? They were already.
Well, it sounded like before that. It sounded like from sounded like Christopher Lee talked him into doing this movie as a way to maybe get his mind off of it, to take his mind off of it. And he agreed. And then when he got on production, he was like, I can't actually do it because I'm grieving my wife. But Christopher Lee.
I missed a step there.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Christopher Lee joined the production.
No. He was always in the movie.
Okay. Christopher Lee literally talked him into doing the movie with him to help him get over his grieving wife. So Christopher Lee was
already there.
He was on board the train.
Peter Cushing agrees to join. Peter Cushing was on second. Yes. Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay, so that was nice. They're friends. That's nice. Second thing here.
That's sweet.
The movie, it was either intentionally or unintentionally based on Who Goes There, which is the novella written by John W. Campbell Jr., which was adopted into The Thing from Another World, and then obviously John Carpenter's The Thing, which, we mentioned this movie shares a lot of similar plot points to all of those, but it's not...
Is it you? No. Yes, no.
It's not officially crediting the novella in any way, but I mean they had to have taken some beats from it. And then finally, there's scenes from this movie that were used in the Creepshow TV series that's on Shudder. It was season 2, episode 5. It's called Night of the Living Late Show. Came out in 2021. It's got Justin Long in it too, and it's really, really interesting. Actually, I would highly recommend watching it. Some of those Creepshow episodes, they're hit or miss. This one I would consider a hit. It's really cool what they do. There's like this super high tech VR situation that Justin Long uses that allows him to like put himself in his favorite films and interact with the actors and stuff, and he puts himself in Horror Express. It's really cool to watch, so check that out on Shudder if you like this
Justin
movie.
Long, man,
he's doing cool stuff. Yeah,
he's just out there like carving out like lots of space for himself in horror right now.
Yeah, he's a scream king. That's all I got though. So let's go ahead and talk Cooter of the week.
Straight chillin'. Cooter of the week.
Juice, what is a cooter and why do we hunt them?
Cooter's a character type and a straight chillin' exclusive. Cooter has to hit 3 of these 5 points to be considered a cooter, but we want the cooter with the most points. The 5 points of cooterdom are sexual deviance, manipulation, smug arrogance, overall look and attire, and overall patheticness. Boys, I think we've got at least one cooter on our hands this week, maybe more. I would start with the kind of like little priest guy or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say he's pathetic.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
Top tier patheticness.
He's got like real worm tongue energy, even though that's not really his role. Like he's just kind of like sniveling. I guess he is kind of that role because like he's like the, I don't know, traveling priest that just comes with the whatever the archduke or whatever that fucking guy and his wife are.
Guidance from this guy, they just bring him along wherever they go, I guess.
And they just like talk shit about him to his face all the time or whatever, and he just kind of like sucks it up and prays for forgiveness or for humility or whatever whenever he like steps out of line. I don't know, a little bit sniveling.
Is he
He's pathetic,
manipulative?
I think he tries to be.
He's not. He's not super capable.
He's not, super successful, but I think he tries to manipulate. He's got the manipulative intentions.
I mean, he completely about faces on his entire religion just to follow this fucking thing that's sucking people's brains loose. So I don't know.
Yeah, and he's willing to trick other people to help this monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. Sexual smug arrogance. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's very, especially given how quickly he changes, he's very arrogant about the immorality of things and what they're doing and like stuff like that. So he uses religion as a kind of kind of a pride thing. I'm the moral one.
And he's like in love with the Duchess or something, which I thought like there was an underbaked thing. So as far as like sexual deviance goes, as we're leading into that a little bit, I don't know if that counts, but it's like kind of a classic trope. That is a worm tongue thing, like we're this it's like the Severus Snape thing too, except they went a different way with that. But like where he's like secretly in love with this person that he can't really be with, and he can't really like in order to be close to them, he does X, Y, and Z, like, and then in this case sells his soul to the devil or whatever in order to I guess I don't know what his plan was with her at that point. It's like you're kind of like once you get like possessed by what you think is the devil. I don't know if like a relationship is what's going to happen next. Like you might not be ready for the dating world.
You're dead. Like you don't exist anymore. You're like absorbed into this creature.
Yeah, you're dating that big red dick, my friend. You're not dating anybody else.
Smooth brain,
jazz,
and that hairy palm.
Damn.
Whoa.
So
that's why
he definitely hits. I mean, the creature.
Looking at Tyre, I mean. He's
Did we cover that? Forgot. No, we actually had not.
Looking at Tyre, he's wearing a little eyeliner.
Yeah, he's kind of wearing his My Chemical Romance face here.
You gotta grow out of that.
The clothes are pretty bog standard seeming for that role in that time.
The bog body.
But the creature manipulation.
Check.
Smug arrogance.
Check.
Yeah.
Sexual deviance. I don't think he's really.
I don't think so.
Worried about.
He's not much of a sexual being. He's just energy in a vessel.
He's
you know
in
what
it
I mean?
for the brain.
That's my line to all the women.
Yeah.
I'm just a vessel
I love you
filled
for
with
your
energy.
brain.
Girl, I'm so filled with energy right now.
And I'm in it for your brain.
Give me the
Why don't you come over and listen to
this? That's the winning line, right?
Ooh, show me them ridges. When I say send nudes, I mean show me CAT scans.
Oh my god,
that's fucking insane! God damn!
You got those latest CAT scans back yet?
Ooh, oh my god!
Girl, let me look at your insides.
Looking at Tyre, he's switching all the time, so we don't really know. And then overall patheticness, not really.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, no, he's kind of doing his thing right up until the end where he gets taken out by a fucking train.
Yeah,
the train got his ass.
I think
timeless
we got
creature
him,
from
boys.
space.
Yeah,
Train got him.
The creature and the priest.
Yeah, there's probably a couple more, but I know we're on a tight timeline tonight, so let's wrap it up. Say we got the biggest Cooter in the movie. I think would definitely be the alien. So lock him up, throw away the key. We're gonna skip over what we've been watching once again because we got a couple voicemails we got to get to. So let's hit our hotline.
Whoa, we're popular boys.
Hotline Scream.
People love us today. Look at this. We got voicemails.
Finally.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to hear those kinks.
Dude, well, you're about to get something here. So if you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail to be featured on next week's show, hit us up at 904-638-3231. First up, we're going to get another little tease from everybody's favorite spider monkey, Caitlin, talking about some of the trivia she's hosting for us on our Chilloween party coming up. So let's roll Caitlin.
Hey guys, it's Caitlin from Plug It Up calling to tease more of the Chilloween party trivia. Last time I called, I talked a little bit about the music round that we have. We're also going to have a round called Hanging Dong in Horror, where I show you a still from a movie that hangs dong, and you got to tell me what movie it comes from. And there are a lot. I did this round at trivia one time and had 20 questions of hanging dong in horror. And I really wanted to get banned from the venue because I didn't want to go back there anymore, but they didn't ban me, and hopefully you guys won't either. But yeah, there'll be a hanging dong in horror round. Looking forward to it. Love you guys. Bye.
Do you get extra points by arranging them by size?
It's going to say minus half a star for Caitlin, I guess.
Guys, you got to start doing your research. Get ready.
Whoa!
You got to get.
What?
Ready.
It's just research for the Straight Chillin' Trivia. What?
It's just research. I swear to God.
Research, okay?
I gotta catalog these horror hogs, or else I'll lose.
You don't want me to be a loser, do you? I gotta look at all these horror dogs.
I'm a winner, so I gotta look at these dicks.
That's what makes me. I can't look silly when talking about dogs.
Right?
I got to know all there is. Yeah, that's gonna be absolutely hilarious. I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you, Caitlin. Next up, we're gonna hear from yet again our biggest fan, Nouse.
Nouse.
What's up, guys? It's y'all's biggest fan, Nos, yet again. Listen to y'all's episode from this week. Really enjoyed it. I don't really have a needful thing, I think. I'm pretty sure maybe everyone has a needful thing, but I can't think of one right now. But I like the guesses for my Halloween costume. Unfortunately, no one guessed it, and unfortunately, that Halloween costume is not going as planned because originally we were going as Annabelle and its demon, so the demon that controls Annabelle. But then when we searched up for the costumes, like the thing, Annabelle is easy. She white dress, red bow and stuff, and the hair. But the demon is it's just a black, hairy thing with horns. So that's kind of boring for Halloween. So we didn't do that. We thought Annabelle and the nun, but that doesn't match really. And me as a nun, no. But we decided on the new costume, and I'll give you a few hints for that one. It's from a book, and there's 3 movies about that book. You covered 2 of those movies. Yeah, that's the hint I'm going to give you. And also, so you asked about kinks, I think, and I don't mind telling my kink. My kink is backs. I enjoy women's backs. If you have a nicely shaped back, well, I'm looking. You know, if a woman has a nicely shaped back, like the muscles and the thing, I like backs. You know. Don't ask me how I discovered that I like backs, but yeah, it's a thing. If you have a nice back, maybe a tattoo on the back. That's a plus, man. Like wow. But anyways, yeah, that's it. And yeah, I don't have really a needful thing, but thank you for the kind words last cast, and keep chilling, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.
The back shots flow like water.
Damn. Damn. I have no idea what his costume is now.
I was thinking it. Are there 3 movies about it? Maybe, possibly.
I guess so.
Are there?
We haven't covered the made-for-TV movie.
Well, there's a made-for-TV movie, and then not all together, not separated into 3 parts.
Right, but 3 movies adapted from that book.
But that would be my best guess. It's like a Stephen King book, and that are long. So it would be my guess. So is he doing maybe like a Pennywise and Georgie?
Georgie, I would think. Yeah, those are probably the most iconic.
Just a balloon
costumes. From that.
Just a big red balloon.
Well, no, I mean with the.
You remember that?
No, I know.
Like that was that was Frankie's costume. I taught Frankie the year it came out, and Bob and I were living together, and we had we just tied a red balloon to Frankie, and wherever she walked around, just a red balloon followed in the crowd. It was fucking awesome.
It was perfect. Yeah.
And then eventually I just saw a balloon sticking out from under the bed. She'd had enough.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a good guess.
So maybe you got an animal.
Maybe it is a Pennywise situation.
Yeah, because we covered both of those. We covered both of those like theater films, but not the TV series. That would be my guess.
That's a fair guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think we all know that.
I want to see Nos as a nun, the nun Nos.
Dude, the nun and Annabelle go together like
that's pretty good.
That's like they're famously like they work together all the time. They're like
they sure do.
Joan Crawford and Betty Davis. They hate each other's guts, but then there's a lot of drama on set. But they're always in movies together.
He could just dress up as James Wan and his girlfriend can be Annabelle, and like boom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, everyone's gonna get that.
Everybody would get it.
Oh, nice Wan costume, dude.
Maybe everybody can call
Annabelle
next
and
week.
Billy the Puppet.
About the unconventional body parts they find attractive, like
like
he
the
said,
backs. Yeah.
Which are
back is good.
You guys got a weird part that like you find really attractive, but it's not necessarily a typical standout.
The middle
like
spleen, baby.
Ears. I notice ears a lot.
I'm really into the middle toe.
Oh.
I'm a little strange. I like rear ends, I'm just like looking at them. I'm just a weirdo that way.
Oh my God, that's
just
so
the hole though.
Weird.
Really?
Oh yeah. Remove everything. Get all that cheek out of here.
Get all that cheek. It's in
not
the
really
way.
Into the cheek. Really more of an anus kind of guy.
Oh my God.
I'm just really an anus guy,
This might be a weird request, but can I specifically just see the anus?
Yeah, just remove all that other stuff.
I'm a sphincter boy,
I'm a bit of a sphincter boy. All the ladies say so.
Oh my Lord!
Get all that cheek out of the
way. There's too much cheek on that ass.
It's too much taco, the glory of the sphincter.
I'm looking for that starfish, baby.
That Walmart logo.
I find it's like that Junji Ito story. It's like, this one was made for me.
Here, let me see that Walmart logo.
This one was made just for me.
Oh my Lord.
Fuck.
It's like a fingerprint. Everyone's got a unique starfish,
Oh my God, I love... I have to show you the Smart Pipe video. It's an Adult Swim fake infomercial from years ago, and it has something to do with that. It's very fun.
God damn. Man, that's wild. If you guys would like to call and leave a voicemail for next week, hit us up at 904-638-3231. Calling about Halloween shit. I want to hear more about costumes or your parties or what are you carving a super neat jack-o'-lantern? What are you doing? What are you watching? What are you doing? Let us know.
What you been watching? I want to know that. What's your Halloween playlist looking like?
Yeah.
I mean that visually, not audio playlist. Although if you want to call that about that too.
Either way. Halloween shit. We'll be back next week with a brand new show. As always, we're going to be talking about a new release hitting Shudder this Friday. It is VHS Halloween.
Hell yeah.
Whoa. Excited for that one. New.
Show grief your fucking tits.
Show grief.
Halloween specific shorts. That should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Definitely. Shouts outs to a friend of the show, the librarian, who saw this recently at Fantastic Fest and quite enjoyed it. So I'm honestly, most of these VHS movies that Shudder's been cranking out have been pretty good, I think. So looking forward to that. It is October. It is full on Halloween season, and looking forward to getting into this new one with you boys. So check out VHS Halloween. Get ready for next week's show. If you want to hit us up on social media, we're everywhere. Just search Straight Chilling Podcast and we'll pop right up. And again, if you guys want to join in on the Slack channel, just let us know on one of those social media outlets and I'll send you a link so you can do so. And until next week, as always, everybody please keep chilling.
There's a girl on my bed. Yes!